Now to the latest on John Calipari and his future with the University of Kentucky men's basketball program.
The waiting game continues for word of a finalized deal between Coach Cal and the University of Arkansas. Tyler Melito is in studio with where things stand.
Well, there's still a lot to process in this whole thing. No official deal has been made between Calipari and the Razorbacks. But last night, ESPN's Pete Thamel reported the deal between Cal and the University of Arkansas was in the, quote, final stages, and the formal announcement between the two sides could come at some point later today. If you've been anxiously checking your social media pages for word from Cal, athletic director Mitch Barnhart, or even the athletics program as a whole, it has been a long last 24+ hours as there has been nothing from any party on the matter. And while there is still a small chance John Calipari will return to Lexington next year, many people's attention is turning to who will be in the head coach's chair come next season, not named Cal. Last night, two names who Cats fans had their eyes on seemingly pulled out of consideration. First up, Alabama head coach Nate Oates, who many had their eye on after a surprise run to the Final Four by the Crimson Tide, issued a statement reiterating his commitment in Tuscaloosa, adding, quote, "There's nothing I want more for the University of Alabama to win its first national championship in men's basketball. Despite any rumors to the contrary, rest assured that I will continue that pursuit as your head coach. Roll Tide." Another name Cats fans were eyeing is the man that capped off back-to-back national championships last night, UConn's Dan Hurley. It was reported Monday night that Cats athletic director Mitch Barnhart was ready to make Hurley, quote, an offer he couldn't refuse. Hurley putting those rumors to bed when asked if he would leave Store, saying, quote, "Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's a concern." Again, never say never until ink is dry between Cal, Oates, or Hurley, but who does that leave? Thamel reporting Baylor's Scott Drew as a more realistic option now as he has a close relationship with Mitch Barnhart following the pandemic NCAA tournament in 2021 where Baylor won and Barnhart was the committee chair. As speculation takes over the internet, though, former UK players are even weighing in on what's next for the university. Cats fans may be surprised when they hear one familiar name being thrown around by DeMarcus Cousins.
I honestly think Rajon would be the perfect guy for this situation. Obviously, he's a Kentucky kid. He played at Kentucky. He's an alumni.
He lives there right now. He's already in town. Doesn't even have to move. Don't even have to pay moving expenses.
Yes, but he understands both sides, like, probably better than anybody else ever will. And I think putting Rajon in that position, he's going to be a great energy moving forward. He's great at creating a standard. He's great at leading the ship. I don't think there's a better leader to lead Kentucky out of this spot than a Rajon Rondo.
There is another name out there that's still being reported by multiple sources. Chicago Bulls head coach Billy Donovan, former assistant here at UK. Many are saying that is less likely, though, than Scott Drew, given his lack of urgency to get back into the college game after he left the University of Florida in 2015.